we are with Mr. Norquist. We want to ask you, you are here to present your new book and the ERS before it ends us. Could you please tell us which one is the main message you want to deliver?
First, the importance of reining in government spending, because only if you control and reform government spending can you reduce taxes, then reducing taxes. And thirdly, how do you build the coalitions? How do you build a center-right coalition that can enact the spending reforms and the tax cuts? We're partly there in the United States, not as far as we want to go. Italy is working on similar projects.
In fact, I want to ask you if you think that the
taxpayer protection plan.
Yes, exactly. It could be useful also for Italy or only for the U.S. Economical policy.
Sure. It's become very helpful in the United States, both at a national level. As long as the Republican Party has the House, the Senate, or the presidency, they've been able to stop any tax increase over the last 20 years. At the state level, the pledge is also powerful in the 50 states. We saw, however, in Britain, when Cameron, 10 days before the election, said, "I pledge no tax increase," that was part of what gave him his last-minute surge, that brought him a majority, a surprising majority. I think center-right parties and tendencies in Italy might take a look at the pledge as a model of how you unify the center-right, how you speak to voters, and by making a pledge in writing, that's one pledge. It's different than a speech where you say, "I don't want to raise taxes." That's not a promise, really. It lets you know how upset you'll be when you raise their taxes. But a pledge that over time everyone in Italy understands, if somebody makes that pledge, they will not raise taxes. The second part of the pledge is unstated. I won't raise taxes, that's written down. But that means you have to reform government so it costs less. So while it's a taxpayer protection pledge, it is actually also a spending restraint pledge.
And you think there would be some risks or, I don't know, consequences for the countries that will apply this pledge?
Well, it's been very helpful in the United States. The Republican Party captured the House and the Senate the first year that they used the pledge as something that virtually every Republican took. It was created outside of the party structure by a taxpayer group, by Rand, and it was available to the Democrats and the Republicans. The power of a pledge is that you offer it to every candidate. So not only does a center-right candidate say, "I won't raise your taxes," but somebody from the left who wants bigger government has to say, "I have refused to make this commitment." It's not a question they'd like to answer, but they kind of have to as a result of the pledge.